Alright, what's going on everyone? So I just wanted to make this video real quick to put together kind of a guide on how these chess puzzles are going to work. There are 27 puzzles you have to do. You will get a code at the end, which I'll show you at the end of this video. I believe your code cycles hourly, so you can continue to do this as much as you want. And I'll also show you guys what to do after you get your code. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you guys all the solutions. So let's get started. The goal here is to put the king in checkmate using all 5 of these different pieces. You can take pieces over there, or you can just straight up delete pieces here. So first up, we're going to do a pawn to e6. If it says absolute pin, you are good. Puzzle 2, we're going to do a rook to h8, which is all the way in the back there. Next one, we're going to do a pawn to e5. What did I do wrong? Nope, not there. That's my bad. We're going to go back one spot. There we go. Okay. This next one, we're going to do a pawn on e4. A pawn on f4. And we're going to go ahead over to the knights. And we're going to go ahead and put one on d4. Okay, we're going to put a knight on d5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a pawn on e6. For this next one, the only thing we have to do is put a pawn here on d1. We're going to put a pawn on f4, as well as a pawn on d7. Let's put a bishop on g5. And we'll put a knight on g7. Put a knight on c6. And we'll put a rook on d2. Maybe I should put the knight on the right spot. That was c5. Let's go back 2 moves. Hold on. Alright, this is the one. I got it. Rook there. Knight on c6. Okay. Gonna go ahead and use deletion here. We're gonna delete this knight. Okay. Let's put a knight on d7. A pawn on e4. We'll put a bishop on f5. Okay. We're going to put a pawn on c6, d7, and e6. gonna take the bishop that's on e4. Or, which is this one. Now we're gonna go ahead and put a bishop on e5. Put a knight on h8. Pawn on b7, and a pawn on f7. Nope, that's g7. Okay. If you are watching a guide at the same time, this is puzzle 15. We're gonna go ahead, or following a guide, I should say. A knight on d7. And a knight on e7. We're going to delete the pawn on f2 and put a knight on f2. We're going to take two pieces here. So we're going to take c3, which is this one. We're also going to take f6. We're going to put a bishop on c5. And we're going to place two knights on d3 and f5. Okay. We're going to delete two bishops here. So we're going to delete D, A, B, C, D, 7, and E2. Okay, these next four are going to be very simple. They are just one piece at a time. So this next one is going to be E8. So E8 right there. Now we're going to go ahead and put one E2. Now we're going to go over to here. We'll do E5. And we'll do one on E3. I'm going to go back over to deletions. Delete that knight on D5. Yep, that did delete. Put a knight on C4. A knight on H3. Nope. See, that's what we got to be careful of when it double spawns pieces. Because if you run out of pieces, you're pretty screwed. Okay, H3. Pawn to B6. Pawn to B7. We are on puzzle 25 now. So we're gonna go. We have 2 deletions left, which we're gonna use them both right now. A, B, C, D, E. Delete this queen on E4. Delete the pawn on H4. Put a rook on E2. Put a queen on D7. And take the knight on F5. Okay. We're now going to put a knight. Let's actually start with the bishop here. It's going to go on D, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bishop there. I believe this is E7. Okay, and then bishop to knight to B4. And this last one, we're going to use all of our takes. We actually have a bishop left over. So let's hope that this works. I need ×4, and I have it. We're going to take the knight on C4. D6. E3. And finally, F5. Okay. That is the completion of the chess puzzles. So now what you're going to do should be spawning over here. Look into the water. Now this is the real key. This is the bird's eye view of your board. It's going to give you a symbol board that looks like this. You're going to screenshot this. Have to keep that. Now we're going to go ahead and load into the internet, and I'm going to show you guys what to do from there. Coming back on here 1 second just to show you guys, after you get your board like this, you are going to want to note the signal frequency that is above your super bar. So mine is 944, as you saw real quick. That is important. Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to open the screenshot that we just took of the board. And then we're going to go over to this link that I'm going to put in the description of this video. Go to this link right here. And we're going to click Setup Position. Now this is important here. Just want to make sure this is capturing correctly. It is. We're going to go ahead and clear this board. And we're going to set the board up the exact same way as the screenshot. So let's start with, do we have any black pawns? Yes, we do. Also a king here, so that should be the border almost done. King here, knight here, 4 pawns in the center. Okay. This code right here is very important. You're going to want to copy this. Go to this website right here. Okay, so just to clarify, since I did just have to remake this part, when you make your board and you copy this code, you want up to the last letter here before the space. Do not copy the space, and you don't want any of this W stuff at the end. So what you want to do is copy all of this right here. Copy. We're going to go head over to this website right here, which I will also link, but it is in this document over here. When you go to this aeon-archives.net, open the connection. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to type in your frequency number as 4 digits. So for example, mine was only 944, so I'm going to type in 0944, enter. Now this is going to ask me for an experiment code. I'm going to paste that code right there from the FEN code from the chessboard. Hit enter. It's now going to go ahead and process all of this. Once it's done, I'm going to say exactly what you're looking for. Okay, this is important. As you can see, my text is blue, and it does have the word corrupted. That's important. We're now going to go ahead and go over to this Google Doc. We're going to type in the sequence number, so mine is 944. FEN number. Now we're going to type in which it says here. So I had blue text with corrupted. I had pawns in between my board. Submit that. All set. And that's as far as we can go as of this point right now. I'm assuming this is somehow going to tell us what we need when it comes to adjusting the board around again. But as of right now, this is as far as we can go. With the last community puzzle with Quarters of Time, it really helped when everyone gave in their answers. It helped us find the thing faster. I know it took a couple days last time. I totally expect this one to take a couple days. But I did just want to make this so everyone knows at least how to see their codes. At certain points, I will be having an anchor set up. I'll put the link to my Discord in the description of this video if you're watching it straight from YouTube. If not, just check my server announcements on my Discord and you'll see when I have an anchor set up, and you can go ahead and join on that anchor and just get your code without moving all the pieces around. But with all that out of the way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully we get this cracked soon. It is also important to note right now where the community stands is what to do with these pieces. Each one of these moves, when you finish, you have one placement that you can make of each of these, as well as a deletion over there. We don't know what to do with it at the time of this recording. But that is obviously what the answer is going to be when we finish this, and that will unlock. We know it at least unlocks an emblem. The last time they did give us an exotic, I'm not sure what they're going to give us here. But I did want to note that at the end of the video here.